There we go. We're on.
Are we live?
We're live.
All right. All right. Welcome,
Yeah.
everybody, to Master Random Live. This is our first live show episode, number, what, 37?
36.
36. Well, welcome to the show. Let me let Anthony tell you guys what about how the live show is going to go, how you guys can communicate with us, how you guys can interact with us and make everything happen. So while I get my shit figured out over here.
All right, guys. If you guys probably seen me or heard me on some of the episodes, just to kind of familiarize yourself with who I am, how I'm connected to Master Random, because to some of you, I may be an old face, some of you, I may be a new face. So just to kind of get you guys coming along, I was on Blah Bee's episode.
Well, how about you put your camera down a little bit so we can see your face?
Oh, okay. Hold on one second.
Yeah. The blocker thing is blocking. So if you didn't know that TiVo is in Hawaii and I am in Guam, and so this is the only way that we can actually have a podcast together and make shit happen. And so this is our little new thing. And go ahead, Tony. Let me get my life together over here.
All right, sorry about that. So getting back on this, I actually jumped on the whole project with Boo. I know you guys kind of hear his voice all the time on the regular podcast that gets to you with your on your phone, on iTunes, or on the podcast players on Android. But I kind of been in the background doing background things, and Boo's kind of the face of this thing. And I know we thought, hey man, why don't we get me on here? And I said, I guess why not? But I'm all the way here in Hawaii. How are we gonna do this? I was like, you know what? This is a great opportunity to start a whole new series, a whole new show, and so we're like, okay, why don't we use the internet and do like a live webcast kind of thing, and get people involved and watching. And so we decided, okay, why don't we use Google Hangouts and see how this thing's working, how it's gonna go. And we talked about it a couple weeks ago, maybe it was like about 2-3 months ago, and we worked on it, and we're not expecting this show today to go according to plan. We had a little technical difficulties. That's expected. What's more important to us is that you guys are here, we're here, and we're gonna have a great show for today. So if you're watching us right now live, or if you're watching us live, you'll see, if you're at masterrandom.com/live, you're gonna see several things on the web page. So first thing you're gonna notice is on your right side, so it's probably on this side right here, or this side, it's on the right side, you're gonna see a chat box. And so how this is gonna work is, if you guys have something to say, or you guys wanna chat amongst yourself, you're gonna go ahead and do that there on the chat box. And you don't have to sign up or sign in if you don't want to, but if I know there's an option there to log in, I believe, to your Twitter or to your Facebook, and you can get in and you guys can start talking. And if whatever we're talking about, you guys can either chat it there, we'll be able to see it, and we'll look at it. And sometimes we might interrupt the show and be like, okay, well, that was a good point this person made, and maybe we'll elaborate on it, and we'll interact with you guys through the chat box. And anyways, that's how we're gonna interact with you guys. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, head over to masterrandom.com/live so that you can get on that chat box. You'll be able to leave a comment on YouTube, but it's not.
It's not going to be a live chat, is it?
Yeah, it's not going to be a live chat. It's kind of more for, after the show's over and it's on our YouTube channel, you'll be able to kind of like have a conversation there. But for the most part, we encourage you guys to go to the chat box on the right, and that's how we're going to do it live. And Boo, if you aren't there on your web browser, go to masterrandom.com/live, Boo, and go to see the pop-up on the right.
I got it. That's why I was getting my life together. I wanted to get everything.
Yeah, and then in the settings bar of the chat box, you can actually click pop out so that you can see it. You can see the pop out there. You don't have to switch back and forth between your feed and whatnot. And then right below us, right below the stream, you're gonna see our links to our Facebook, or our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter. So get us a shout out there. That just reminded me, Boo, if you want to go ahead and take over real quick, since your life looks like you kind of got it back together, I'm going to go and post on Instagram and let everyone know we're live.
Yeah, thank you, dude. So we're pretty excited about this. This has been in the plans for about what, two months, and we decided that actually it's our 1 year anniversary today.
Oh
And
yeah.
we started Master Random 1 year ago. It started as an idea when maybe 10 months before we launched, and from there it just kind of developed and it kind of came around, and I said, okay, let's do this. And so we got a small team together and we started it. um, and now we're here, 35 episodes, 36 episodes in. I still don't know how many episodes we've done. It feels like a lot. And
35.
yeah, we brought on Matt Scrow and on the team, and he's definitely like making some tremendous bounce for us. And right now he's in Japan. He can't join us, but he'll be joining us on future live show episodes, and we'll just all shoot the shit.
Right on, right on. Yeah, just a huge shout out to Matt Screw. Hey, buddy, man, we can't really thank you enough. You brought a lot of fresh ideas, fresh concepts to our platform, and we're super happy to have you on board. You know,
Yeah,
whenever you
literally
can
we are
make it, I
booked.
know,
We're
life happens to all of us, and we're just happy to have you on board. 100%, 50%, whatever percentages. We're just happy to have you a part of us, man, and yeah, thank you so much.
they were literally booked for the rest of the month just to like do episodes and make shit happen. So it's gonna be really awesome in this next coming month to see what happens with the podcast. And it seems like everyone's excited. I'm excited. Shit.
I'm
You know?
super excited.
But anyways, so now that we got all that out of the way of introducing our live show and introducing finally getting Velena on the podcast after a whole year of just trying to, even though you're in like different episodes, dude, it's it's like, man, I just want you on the podcast. And so this is how we did it, and this is awesome.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes dreams do become reality, and I know we can all kind of agree or sympathize with that. This was a dream of ours and brainchild of Booze, and together through teamwork, man, anything can happen. And a couple of questions or a couple of things people are probably wondering is, how often are we gonna be doing this show, or are we gonna be doing this every Sunday, once a month Sunday? And how's everything gonna be for us in terms of consistency with the live show? So I mean, we decided, what, Boo, we're gonna do this every week,
I
every
think
Sunday.
we're gonna do this every week. The thing about it, it's you're just not gonna hear from me and TiVo. It's gonna be people that we across the world who are connected to the island in some way. So actually, we got our show set up for next week, and we're very excited about that. And actually, the week after that, so we'll pretty much have something for you guys, an hour a day at 11 a.m. If you're joining us, that means you're not at mass right now, and with Guam being predominantly Catholic, yeah. So welcome to like a new adventure with us. It's going to connect us more with people who are tied to the island, and that's something that we're very excited about.
Sweet. Yeah, so stay tuned for the whole show. We're gonna give a little bit of a we're gonna let you know who's in our live show on the next live show next week. I'm super excited for this person. Super duper excited. Someone doing big things out in the states. And just for a little teaser, I'll tell you what state that is. This person's over in California, so I'm not gonna say if it's a he or a she or what, but this person's out in California. I'm super stoked to pick this person's mind and just be interested to know what they're going through and what they're doing out there. And I'll give you another little hint. This person's gonna be very, very influential to the people on the island. I promise you that. So
Give
anyways,
them another hint. One more hint. The
what 3 hints?
athletic
Okay,
world.
okay,
Yeah, it's part of the athletic world, so it's gonna be
okay.
really good.
Athletics. All right, that's a big hint. So I mean, I don't know. I think we might be giving it away there, Boo. I don't know. But
Oh,
so
California's a
okay,
big place, dude.
that is. There's a lot of people out there doing big things, representing Guam. So I mean, it's interesting. I don't know who's it gonna be, man. Who's it gonna
Yeah.
be? All right. Anyway, so you want to get on with
Yeah.
should we tell them the format of the show, like, what the show is, or how we're gonna facilitate the show, or should we just get on with it?
I think it's going to change week to week because of, we may have guests, we may not have guests, but definitely when we don't have guests, we'll bring you an interesting topic. And this week for our first live show, our topic that we were discussing was the Zika virus.
Right.
It's becoming almost worldwide. It's going around, and not just the Zika virus, but we have FestPac coming up, and how is that going to affect the Zika virus in four Pacific Island nations, and 27 of those 27 island nations of the Pacific are all going to be on Guam. How is that going to affect us? So I guess where we started is the Zika virus, and it's been around since 1947, and
Wow, that's fairly long for kind of a virus that I mean, to be honest, I kind of just heard about it. I mean, I think I heard about it from you like last week. It's kind of making a buzz out here in Hawaii. Not too much. I'm kind of seeing it more on. I have to reach out for the source, my news sources, but it's not really. No one's really talking about it too much here. It's not like. Then my coworker coughs and I'm like, oh, dude, you might have the Zika virus or something like that. It's not like that yet, I think people are kind of in the dark about it, and to me, when I hear about that and I don't know about it, I get kind of scared, and I get kind of like, hey, does this mean that I have to, wear those masks and wear some gloves at work?
See, that's the thing. It's not something to panic about. That's why no one's panicking, because Zika's been around. If it's been around since the 40s, I mean, discovered in the 40s, maybe been around for much longer than that, but discovered in the 40s, and then just recently coming up last year in 2015, and then becoming a public health concern just earlier this month. It's something that we should be aware of, because now there's possible links from the Zika virus to something called microcephaly, to a disease called microcephaly, which causes smaller brains in children, and so it affects pregnant women in a very negative way.
Wow.
And now they're finding out that it can be sexually transmitted. And the primary host for the Zika virus is currently the mosquito, which it's like the Aedes species, Aedes aegypti, something like that. But the Aedes aegypti, the Aedes mosquito is everywhere. But they're the carriers of
a lot of things.
The Zika virus.
They carry a lot of things, don't they?
They carry dengue fever. They carry all kinds of stuff.
I think dengue fever is I was reading it was related. I mean, I was looking on Wikipedia, just to kind of get the broad I guess background of it. And Wikipedia, as they say, sometimes it's not reliable, but a lot of times, if you actually see the little footnotes on Wikipedia, it actually sources the place you go. So a lot of times your teachers say don't use Wikipedia, but so maybe you can like go on Wikipedia and kind of get an idea where you should start looking, in the footnotes. But anyways, I was reading that it's related to dengue fever, and it's down in the African, the South American places, and it's kind of taking storm in the Caribbeans. I believe that's that southeast Mexican.
Which one? The Zika virus?
The Zika virus, yeah.
The Zika virus. It started. Well, there's like 100 million cases in Brazil or some shit like that. And then it made its way up. And then it's made its way up to the United States, and now they're finding it in Florida. They found it I was just reading an article this morning. The U.S. details 9 Zika pregnancies, 2 abortions, 2 miscarriages, 1 baby with severe microcephaly. So they're trying to find a link between the Zika virus and microcephaly, and it's probable, but they're not stamping down any.
Right. It's not something to be, like, Xanthrax or like Ebola. I feel like, every year or every 1.5 years, we just get this biological scare, and I'm like, man, I kind of have like a constant cold all the time, or not me, but I'm thinking people are thinking like that, man. If I cough, I think I'm infected, or it's like a Walking Dead kind of thing, like it's kind of. The best thing I do think, if it's scary for some people, is to go out there and educate yourself.
But the scary thing about it too is that most people that have it probably don't even know they have it.
That is scary, and
they have different symptoms. What rash, eye swelling, fever, joint pain.
So is this so are those in particular some of the effects?
Those are the symptoms
of the Zika virus?
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's not something that we should be scared of because it's here, and I don't know. I'm not too worried about it unless you're gonna have kids, and there's an obvious link to it, but it's not a definite link.
And you said it originated in Brazil, and that kind of clicked to me. I mean,
no, it originated, I think, in Africa, in the jungles of Uganda, of the Zika forest, hence the name Zika virus. Yeah.
Okay, that's not. I mean, man, if you're from the Zika forest, you're not really getting a good rap right now. Yeah, and well, you said Brazil. I think it had cases. It found
like, yeah. Cases? So now there's a ongoing reports of transmission in Brazil, and it started last year, and that's where everything started like kind of exponentially blowing up and happening.
When I hear Brazil, I mean, it's 2016. When I hear Brazil, I mean, what do you think of? Because I think of something huge happening.
I think of the fucking Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. So I mean, have you heard anything? 'Cause I heard a couple of people are kind of, is this deterring them from going into the Olympics, from joining into the Olympics? Because of the precautionary measures, or because it might that you might get infected if you go into Brazil.
Well, yeah, man, dude, I was talking to his name's Justin Andre, and he's an aspiring Olympian for Guam, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, you're gonna go over there and you're gonna risk getting a Zika virus and stuff like that, and is it really worth it? That's
the question, right?
That's a huge thing. I mean, you can walk around there with mosquito coils and just bring like a whole luggage of fucking mosquito coils.
I mean, you can take instead of taking a cold bath after your training, you can just take a mosquito
smoke bath
or something. I mean, being a semi, I don't know, I don't call myself an athlete right now, but I was at one point, training almost every day and day and night, feeding myself good food, prepping for tournaments, international tournaments, and like you pretty much eat, sleep, and breathe whatever sport you're playing. And this is the Summer Olympics, and it was 2000. I mean, this is the Olympics 2016, right? If I remember correctly, it was 2009, and I had played for the rugby nationals team, and in 2009. The coach, who's Coach Willie Hedaraka at the time, shout outs to him. What's up, Coach Willie? You're great coach and great influencer, and pretty awesome. But anyways, in 2009, they were already talking to us about training for the 2016 Olympics, 7 years ahead of it. And imagine training for 7 years, and this Zika virus comes out, and you're thinking, like, is it worth it? Like, I spent 7 years training and prepping and nurturing myself for this moment to be in every athlete's their ultimate goal.
But now I kind of think about it. Like, it affects women more than it affects men. So as if you're a man and you get infected, you just stay indoors for like 2 weeks. But
And you're
there's a
good.
lot of misinterpretations of or misinformation of how people should treat it. Look at Sweden is offering free abortions, bro.
Wow.
Free
Wow. Talk about
abortions to anybody
extreme, man.
infected. That's super extreme. That's the most extreme. And then
Oof.
and then
Dang.
then some places are telling people not to have sex for 2 weeks or not to have
Whoa.
sex for 2 years.
Talk
But
about extreme.
no, but 2 weeks ain't really, bro. I don't think they know anything about it. There's no vaccines. There's no medical treatments for it, and pretty much it's they're going. I think they're just going off of, okay, let's just wait it. You just have to wait it out and then see what
Right.
happens.
Yep.
So there's no real understanding as to what this virus is capable of, because we've never had a widespread uh, what is that,
Pandemic,
takeover
epidemic.
of, yeah. And so that kind of brings me to the original reason why we want to talk about the Zika virus, is because of FestPac. We have FestPac coming in May. It's going to be held on Guam for the first time,
First
and
time. Wow.
first time on Guam. I don't know how long it's been going on, and
Get 12 years.
but that's 27 nations, 27 nations going across. I mean, going across the Pacific to come to Guam, and 4 of those 27 nations are infected.
Yep. We're on the 12th anniversary,
It's
so this is the 12th year. Boo. So just getting that info to you. 12
wait,
years, man.
it's every 4 years. It's every four
Oh,
years.
okay.
So
So that's gonna be 12 times 4 is 48. So this is the 48th year. That's
it's
right.
not real. It's how long
Yeah.
it's been going on.
If it's every 4 years, this is the 12th Festpack. Yeah. That's my math is right. That's 48. I'm pretty. I'll bet on that. It's 48. So this is the 48th year. So it's almost as been around long as the Zika virus is like 1940 something, right? So
Do they have a website?
oh, that's
Do they
60
have a
years.
website?
For
The
Festpack?
FestPac?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you guys are listening, go to festpack.visitguam.com, and that's the local Festpack page for this year. I'm sure there is a link for the Festpack like the umbrella Festpack page. We can't find it right now. We weren't looking. We're trying to direct anyone to it right now. But if you go to festpack.visitguam.com, there's a whole bunch of information. There's a countdown. We're 84 days, 12 hours, 32 minutes, and 41 seconds, 40 seconds, 39 seconds away. So
Yeah.
May
So
22nd to June 4th of this
yeah.
year. So that's like a whole week of man, some cool cultures out there.
That's 2 weeks, bro. That's not
Is
just
that
1 week.
2 weeks? Sorry. Yeah,
Right.
you're right. Actually,
It's 2 weeks.
yep, it's 1.5. Yep.
And so it do, bro. I mean, it's so you got America, Samoa, Tonga, and the Marshall Islands have current ongoing transmissions of the Zika virus, and everyone's coming here, And I was talking to someone who's pretty knowledgeable about everything that's going on with it, and we can't tell people not to come. We can't be like,
no, I mean,
don't come
I don't
here.
think we should not. I don't think we should tell them not to come. I think, for me, I feel like, we're scared of this virus coming in, but at the same time, we are people, and we can be smarter than the virus. We could be, we could take precautions. It's transmitted what, sexually or sexually, right? Sometimes
Yeah,
it could be transmitted
could
sexually.
be transmitted sexually, and it's transmitted sexually through a male partner,
Right? Okay.
and through the mosquitoes.
Right. So I mean, we can take precautions to that. I really hate thinking like.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you don't wanna be like singling out people because
Exactly.
okay, you come from America, Samoa.
Right. No.
Then I just think that people should be aware. Then it's more like you should be aware that this is happening in this
Right.
place, and they should be aware for them coming from a place that has ongoing transmissions and coming to a place where it can be spread.
Right.
You know,
I think it comes
through
down to two things like awareness and respect. You
um,
know, I don't know. That's my thinking. Awareness that it exists, and respect for yourself and for the place you're visiting, and respect for the people who are visiting too. And I think that's what the whole kind of the festival is about, right? Learning each other's cultures and learning and growing with each other.
oh yeah,
Um,
man, the festival's beautiful.
yeah,
It's
let's talk more
absolutely
about the
beautiful.
festival. Um, uh, let's talk about like what cultures are coming. Um, you mentioned Samoa, Fiji. Is New Zealand coming? I'm wondering if those guys are coming over to the festival.
I don't know. Let me see here.
And then Tonga. So out here in Hawaii, there's a lot of Pacific Islanders out here. I mean, a whole bunch. There's Tongans. There's Micronesians out here. All kinds of peoples from Micronesia. They have Pohnpeian. We have Yapis out here. We have Chukis. And there's a whole lot. And the culture out here is so it's alive, man. It's alive out here in Hawaii. You go past by churches and you see all the Samoans at their church outside, and they're all wearing their gosh, I can't remember what they call it. It's the wrap that goes around their waist. Gosh,
Lava
what is that?
lava.
Lava. I think that's what it's called. I'm sorry if for our Samoan listeners out there, they're gonna smack me if they hear me talking about this and I forgot, because I played with a bunch of Samoans out here and they're awesome. Play with some Tongans too. They're awesome as well. So going back to Festpac, Boo, did you catch any of the other countries that are
Yeah,
um
dude, it's all the Pacific Island nations, bro.
everyone's
All the way from
awesome.
Hawaii to New Zealand to Australia to
Wow.
Louis,
Who
Norfolk
they
Island,
hosting?
NMI,
Wow.
FSM, Easter Island. It's
Wow. Hey,
Pacific, dude. It's the Festival of Pacific Islands.
that is
I'm really
awesome, man. I didn't even
excited
know
about
some
it.
of these places exist. Wallace and Futuna. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry.
Mm.
That's interesting. This is awesome. I'm thinking about maybe flying home for this thing. I don't know. It
I don't know, dude. As awesome as it is, I think I think we need to be aware though. You know what I
right.
mean? There has to be an education out there. Oh, look, actually on their website it says biosecurity information and biosecurity informational sheet that you can download.
Biosecurity. That's interesting.
And so I guess that means that they're aware too. And I wouldn't doubt that. Oh no, this is just for fire ants, brown tree snake, and coconut rhinoceros beetle.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if these guys are doing, are they monitoring
I'm pretty
these
sure
are they monitoring
the
the
CDC has to be aware. Do we're gonna have upwards of like 20,000 people on Guam at one time in one place in Agana, just
that's going to be one big party, dude.
trading cultures, but also not only trading cultures, but possibly trading diseases, bro. You know, as shitty as that sounds, I know I sound shitty for saying something like that, but
It's
that's the actual truth.
Yeah,
That's the
it's truth.
reality of it, dude. It's that we're yeah, okay. The special thing about trading cultures, I would love it. I would love it. I would love to meet people from different cultures, but with the Zika virus going around, and dude, even STDs, bro. You know, there was a report that from when okay, so FestPac was in Solomon Islands 4 years ago, and post FestPac Solomon Islands 2012, 1 year after that, there was a rise of STDs across the Pacific.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm
That's
kind of
that's
taking
no
that in
joke.
right
You
now.
guys can you kind of and And yeah, it makes sense. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh man, look at that Polynesian girl," or "Oh man, look at that Micronesian girl." Oh man, look at that New
Beautiful.
Zealander.
You know, they're
You know?
beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
people.
Oh, come back to my place. Let's go. You know? And just like that.
I mean, let's just get, that life is gonna happen, all right.
That's the reality of it. That's the reality of
Yeah,
it. I'm
life's
not
gonna happen, and
a downer about it.
no, we're not down. So I mean, be smart, and it goes back to being 16 or being whatever 18, and you're hearing about all these safe practice safe intercourse. And be mindful of the decisions you're making when you're making them at the time, and I think that's the best preventative maintenance that we can give folks or listeners or people who are watching. Like, the best advice is know that this is out there, know that this is around, know that these countries are coming in, and we want to facilitate a great time and a great exchange of ideas and information and cultures. But educate yourself,
Be aware.
yeah, be aware. That's pretty much it. Go and do your own research, go online. Don't believe, I mean, yeah,
But don't discriminate people just because they come from a place that maybe ongoing transmissions going on. Don't treat anybody any differently.
no,
That's not the
yeah,
whole point. That's not what being aware is about. You know,
right,
being aware
exactly.
doesn't mean like, oh, ew, fuck, gross. No, not at all. Being aware is okay. I understand this and that. I'm gonna take the precautionary measures. You know, I might put a little bit more mosquito repellent. You know, I might put, you know, a girl might wear a dental dam, whatever it may be. You know?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think I'm really thinking about coming back. I love when cultures come together and they clash. And if I could share, one of the first time I came out here, which was a little bit of ages ago, and I was looking.
How long can you share with us how long you've been
I've
out
been
there?
out here for like 9 years, almost 10 years. And it's been
I,
great.
I
And
think I think he's an honorary Hawaiian already.
yeah,
Choose
they
to
call
live.
it, they call us Chawaiians. Ha, ba,
So
Chawaiians. So, anyways, looking for a rugby team to play with out here. I found a group called the Maris Brothers. It's actually a all boys school out in American Samoa, and they have a rugby team, and it's their first year starting, and I went in, and these guys all speak Samoan like fluently all the time, and I don't understand anything they're saying except when they yell at me, I run, and I just should expect a pass anytime while I'm running. So, and joining them, coming from living on Guam for all my life, which was 18 years, and then coming out here to Hawaii, and then all of a sudden playing in this team with these people speaking different languages, and even the way they do things when they have parties or after the rugby game, they would have like potlucks, and I wouldn't know that we're doing this because on Guam we just pretty much go show up to the rugby field, bang each other, if I can hit each other as hard as we can, and then
we'll
pretty
bang each
much.
other.
Well,
Oh,
if you're a
come
rugby
on.
player, you know what that means, right? So like we said earlier, practice a little bit of safe intercourse during fest pack. Anyways, and on Guam, the culture, if you're just playing the pickup games for the men groups, yeah, you hang around afterwards. But no, I mean, I haven't played in a while, but back in when I was 18, we didn't really barbecue right after the games. It had to be some celebration, right? But these guys would just get together. They would barbecue after the game, and everyone would just drink until, man, like 10 p.m. at night at the field, and it was fun. And so on with my story about what I experienced was, we were having a get together at our place, and I had invited I called them up last minute, some of my rugby friends, and I was like, "Hey man, you guys should come down, and we're just barbecuing small kind. We got beers, we have everything already. You guys always take care of me. Just come down." And they didn't want to come. They were so I don't know if the word's remorseful, but they were so or hesitant. They were so hesitant to join in. because it was last minute.
Remorseful and hesitant are two different.
Sorry, they were so hesitant. They were so hesitant to join. To when I called them last minute, I called them at 7. We weren't barbecuing I called them. I said, "Come now. You guys aren't doing anything. Come now." And they were so hesitant to come over. And I was like, "Why? What's going on?" Like, well, I can hear it in their voice, and they're like, "Man, Tony, how come you didn't tell us earlier? We would have brought, we would have made like ribs and bring a whole bunch of food over. Man, we don't, we're just coming from the gym or whatever, and man, we don't want to come is we didn't bring anything." And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like what a clash of, not a clash of cultures, but what a assimilation of cultures, because I would feel the same way too, coming from a Chamorro / Filipino type of culture and background. Is like, you don't show up to a party without something. If you can bring something, you always, it's like every party's a potluck, even a friggin' birthday party or whatever. Like every single one of our parties is a potluck, and I really freaked out that they were really remorseful to show up and come and not show up because they didn't bring anything. And I mean, it kind of shows the similarities with some of the cultures. And
oh yeah, dude, I totally believe that all the Pacific Island nations are similar in culture in one way or another, because it's hey bro, we're all the same people. We all came from the same thread. Mm-hmm. And the proof is in the pudding when you actually meet people from a different island, and you can relate, and you can share stories and feel like, oh, this is my brother. I have Hawaiian friends and Samoan friends that I've met in Arizona, of all fucking places. We're in a landlocked place, but you have a bunch of islanders meet each other, and just like that, we're just connected. We want to be friends. We want to hang out with each other. We want to have fun. I totally believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I've tried to go to different cultures. In Hawaii, there's everything. You can hang out with Asians, you can hang out with islanders, you can hang out with Europeans, or you can hang out with mainland white people, or all kinds of people out here. And I love hanging out with the islanders. Just, I guess, it's just that familiar. It's somewhat of a familiar feel, a familiar culture, and you realize that, even though I've never seen, I think before I came out here, I don't even think I've ever seen a Samoan. I was like, okay, those guys are huge, man. They're like, I'm 5'4", and these guys are like 6 foot, like all bigger than 6 foot, and
it's like, it's you and you standing on your shoulder, right?
Yeah, and man, they honestly, to be honest, all of them, all the Samoans, they reminded me of just huge Chamorros, like just way bigger Chamorros. I had a similar culture and just speaking the different language, but I found myself super identifying with them, and as well as the Tongans too. They were the same way too. There's differences, but they were all loving, super welcoming, and just super humble people. And man, I encourage you guys that have never left the island yet, never got an opportunity to, leave the island, or at least leave the Mariana Islands. If you have not left yet, and that kind of interests you, or you just want to see like what it's like, you want to hear a different language. I mean, we just hear English and Chamorro and Guam and Filipino here and there, right? Depending on who you work with. But I challenge you to go to this fest pack and bring an open mind, like bring an open mind, and bring and put your heart out there for the people to mingle with you. I mean, even if you don't know what they're saying, and some of the islands are probably gonna have a hard time speaking broken English, but life isn't about speaking the same language. To me, life is about sharing experiences and sharing like the little things that matter, caring, loving, sharing, not sharing. Try not to share your drinks because of the Zika virus and whatnot. But just sharing your culture, sharing how you do things, and show them your culture when they come. Show them your culture, whether you're Filipino, Chamorro, your mainland culture, whatever you have, whatever show them it. But also be acceptable and willing to to learn theirs.
Yeah.
To
Hey man,
open your mind.
you know what I'm looking forward to? I really want to try kava, bro.
Kava? Oh boy.
Oh man, I would
It's a
love to try kava.
oh,
They have sakal here, but sakal and kava I believe are the same,
I'm
and
not too sure.
they call it kava to the they call it sakal in Pohnpei, and then they call it kava in like Marshall Islands and
Samoa, Kava too, and
right in the Polynesian Islands it's kava, and
yeah.
then everywhere west of Pohnpei is sakal. But I think only the people in Pohnpei are the ones that drink it. But yeah, if you don't know what kava is basically a root, and they ground up the root. I've actually seen it being made over in Harmon.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think they bring in boxes of this root, of the sakal root, and they smash it. I watched a guy chop it up and then smash it, and then they have shirts and they put the smashed dried out, or no, the smashed root into shirts, something like that, and then they wring it out, and they wring out all the everything from I don't know. I'm probably butchering it up so bad, but yeah, they wring out all the juices and then they put it in little water bottles, and you can buy it for like I think it was like $12 for a water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so it's kind of
It's basically a hallucinogen, right? Wow.
It's a weird. It's not exactly alcohol. It's not exactly.
You've tried it? Have you tried it? You've tried
I've
it?
tried it, but I didn't try it like enough to
Get to hallucinate,
like a buzz or whatever. Yeah, like I just tried it a little. We were doing a car wash and they had kava, and out here at the university at Chaminade, they had the Samoan club. They have kava available for you.
You were in the Samoan club?
Yeah, I was. There was a couple of us out here that well,
Yes.
so like I said, I love other
Yes.
cultures and
Samoan club.
yeah, and we had the Marianas Club, the Samoan Club, all kinds of out here, and they love to just I'll tell you something. All islanders love to party. So this fest pack, that's when you're like 20,000 people from islands. I'm like, dude, that's one huge.
Dude, but that's not only people from
party.
islands. That's imagine it's gonna be summertime, and so all the students, college students, are coming back.
That's true.
You're gonna have visitors who want to see a spectacle like this. I think GVB is promoting it all around as being like, do you want to see 27 nations in one place at one time?
That's gonna be
Who
awesome. I'm
doesn't,
getting
dude?
excited, man.
You know, do you want to get a taste of different cultures at one time? Dude, this Fest Park is the place to be. You know, this is I called it on the podcast. I called it the Olympics of cultures, right? And,
Yeah, that's right.
And someone goes, yeah, I think they've coined it that. And so I went on Facebook and I was looking. I was like, no shit. There's a video and it says literally the Olympics of cultures, and it shows that this is exactly what it is. This is it's huge. It's super huge. And just the fact that it's in our home country for the first time, our homeland, is technically we're not a country.
You know, right? You know, like you said it's in our own backyard, and out here in Hawaii, some of my boys out here, or my group of friends out here, when there's a concert that comes around, and I just want to relate this. There's a concert that comes around, and like. Who is the last person that came out? Incubus came out, and you know, everyone's like, man, the tickets are $80. I don't want to go. That's so expensive. This and that, and I'm like, hey guys, you know that Incubus costs $80 out in the mainland, right? But we don't have to pay for a ticket. We don't have to pay for a hotel. We don't have to pay for cars. We don't have to pay. We can just eat the food that's in the fridge. I mean, $80 is a freaking steal for Incubus or for a huge artist out here. So if you're on Guam, and I take that concept right back to the Fest Pack, I mean, you have to go to Fiji or go to Solomon Islands, go to New Zealand to experience, like, the whole, you get involved with the culture. But I mean, these guys are coming to your backyard. You pay with, how much is gas over there? Like $3 right now? Is it below $3? You pay, you fill up your tank for $20 and you go down to wherever the events are happening, and it's boom, it's right there. You do not have to pay for anything else. It's no additional expenses other than whatever, if there's any expenses for the event. And that's to get what you get back from it is huge. It's such a big return for anything that you've invested in or anything that you're spending on. So I really encourage you guys. I mean, look, I'm gonna have to spend if I want to go, and I'm super excited to go. I'm gonna have to spend $1,200 or call up an auntie and beg her to buddy pass me, and I'm gonna owe her somehow later or whatever. Well, it's or have someone buddy me back or whatever. But for people who just wanna experience it, it's gonna cost them a good $1,000, and that's. If I wasn't from Guam and I didn't have anyone to live with, I have to get a hotel and a whole bunch of things. And there are people that are going to be doing that. But you don't have to, Guam. Or those of you who are on Guam or in Saipan or Rota Tinian.
I heard a crazy thing that the people who are coming here, they're housing them in the schools.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
because there's no room in the hotels.
Wow.
So they're housing a lot of the people participating in the events of FestPac in the schools. And so that I think some public schools are getting out of school early, starting summer early, to support the influx of people.
How reliable was that? Did you just hear that from like a WhatsApp board, a WhatsApp viral message, or
no? I think it was a pretty reliable source.
Okay. Well, let's just have that as a speculation.
It's a rumor, yeah. That's why I said it's a rumor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. I mean, if someone's staying in the, and I'm not gonna tell you guys to do this, but if someone's staying in the schools, part of Guam culture is to open up yourselves to people. So, I mean, maybe you get to know someone. It's like an exchange student kind of thing. But I mean, I wouldn't say you should do that. But it'd be interesting. I'm pretty sure they're going to be bros that are gonna be like, hey man, you can just crash out outside on the freaking whatever after we party drinking kava. You make the kava, dude. You can just hang out outside. You can, you sleep. Or I know some people that'll be like, dude, just sleep on the couch. They're just so friendly like that on Guam. They trust fast, and that's great. If you meet a good person out there, and you're gonna make connections. Who knows, Guam and listeners out there? Who knows when you're gonna visit New Zealand, Fiji, and you might make lifelong friends. Especially we have Facebook and all this stuff. You might make lifelong friends, and you might leave Guam and go live in Fiji, but don't do that. I mean, just saying that it could be possible. You could visit and make friends, and you might love it over there. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? And as long as you keep an open mind, and an open heart, and open yourselves up to these people, I think it's gonna be a really great thing for Guam and for the islands that are immediately surrounded around here. Hey, Boo,
oh man, this is gonna be huge for Guam economically, bro. I really see Guam's economy going up in 2 weeks, and maybe even 2 weeks after, maybe 2 weeks before. So maybe for a span of 6 weeks, Guam's gonna be prospering. We're literally gonna be prospering because there's gonna be just so many people here. We're gonna see airport. We're gonna see people all over the place. I live in Agana. I live in the heart of Agana, and right outside my back door or front door is gonna be FestPac. There's gonna be people everywhere, and I'm fucking totally stoked for that.
So everybody, if you're looking for parking, check Boo.
Nah, dude, I only got one parking pass.
Yeah, and I think there's a gate there now. I think that's why they built the gate for Festpack, you know, in case people want to party it out.
Yeah, they built the gate 5 years in advance of the
They
whole
knew,
event.
bro. They had
Um,
sources. Hey, we're getting close to the end mark here. I think they're keeping the shows under an hour. Yeah, so I think we came on 5 minutes, about 5 minutes, uh,
Five after.
five
Yeah,
after.
let's
So
you know
I mean,
awkward silence.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So we were about almost ending here. Should we discuss maybe what's in store for Master Random Live in the next week,
Yeah,
and
go for it. Take it away, man.
maybe Master Random in general for us, um, for the rest of this year. So yeah, okay. We'll talk about let's talk about happy birthday, man. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the past year that we've let's close out. Sorry, I'm going ADD now here. Let's close the Festpack details. So Festpack's gonna be May 22nd, right, to July 4th.
Yeah,
Is
we are no way or form a sponsor or
no
being
way.
sponsored by
We
them,
we're
but
just excited.
we're just super excited for this event. Like you said, Olympics of Cultures, and 20. When do you have 27 nations in one place? Every
Yep.
4 years, and now it's here on Guam.
Yep, May 22nd to June 4th, 2016. Go to festpack.visitguam.com. And we are no way affiliated, but we just love that this is happening right in our backyard. So check it out, Festpack.
Yeah, and you
Guam
definitely have
2016.
time if you're listening to this now. I mean, you definitely have time to buy tickets and
Yep, yep,
get your ass over here. If you know somebody, just sleep at their house, sleep on their
for
couch.
real.
Airbnb, even though like guest houses and bread and breakfasts are getting bad raps here on Guam, but
Hey,
you can figure out an Airbnb something.
you'll
Couch
figure it out.
surfers. I don't know. They'll
You'll
be nice
figure it out.
people.
So yeah, anyways, we're going back to a happy birthday Master Random, and let's talk about the past year, and you know what Master Random, what have we done in the past year. We've done some pretty, I mean, Boo, you've interviewed quite a range of people, or quite a diverse group of people this year. And starting off when we first launched, we launched with 5 episodes. The pilot episodes, and the 5 episodes we had the
Right.
Sinus series, we have the Movers and Shakers series, we have the Table Talk series, and we have the Can't Stop the Music series. And they've all had great people in there. Some notable names. Boo, do you remember? You remember some of the notable
But
people
in
shout outs?
in who we've interviewed over the past year,
Yeah,
we
like
had
shout outs to these people that believed in us, you know, that believed in what we're doing,
yeah,
and
definitely like even just taking the time to sit down and talk. First, I want to shout out to Dos Santos because he was there in the beginning, and he got busy on his end, and we understand all that stuff. And first, shout out to him. So,
right on. Shout out to you,
um,
Bo.
but all the people, all our guests who have been out on our show, Dr. James Viernes, Dr. Mike Bavacqua, Polly Eric Forbes, Regine Lee, the boys, the Zombie Ninjas, Baba B,
Yes, Baba.
Skillenjaw, Josh Heinrichs,
Yup.
Jordan T from
Yup.
Hawaii.
Yup.
Uh, Man, who else is there, dude?
I
The
think you had
Guam Young
Four Piece.
Professionals,
Yeah, Guam Young
Four Piece
Professionals.
Band,
Yep.
Ross Dude,
You had
Freddie Four Piece multiple times, Jordan Hardy, John Bermudez, Doug Chan,
John Dank Show.
John Dank Show, Guam
Who
Young
else?
Professionals. I'm pretty sure I said
Yep.
that. Guam
Yep.
Guam Master Sound,
We had
Art
Frank the
Chan,
Crank.
and Justin Duhan, and Jayton Okada. Man, Frank the Crank. Yep. Slush Par.
Slush
Yeah.
Part. That was a good one. Dude, a lot of people showing from the downloads. A lot of people really liked the Slush Parts episode.
Yeah.
We may be in the works of like a
Top-
follow up. Who knows?
Talked to plenty of people throughout this year.
Tony
And I've-
Puluyog.
Yeah, Tony Pialu.
Pia Luke, I'm
Malpia
sorry.
Luke's son. Yeah, man.
Kiko
I,
Santos,
yeah,
Matt
Kiko,
Scro,
Matt Scroll,
Nias,
Matty. Yeah, Nia
Nia.
Cernato, Ben Schiff. Yep.
Yep. Man, I just want to shout out to everybody since we got some time. And then who's the art? We had an artsy lady.
Oh, Michelle Peer.
Yep. And then
Yeah,
Joan, I
Joan
think,
Awa. Yep.
recently. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys, man, so much for supporting us. Oh, let's not forget the Hawaii episode we did with Keanu
Yeah,
Elau
Keanu,
and
Elo,
Brandon
Brandon.
Espiritu with the lot brand. Man, that was a lot of people like that show too as well. And hey, let's not forget the Munya brothers, bro. Let's give it up for
Yeah,
those
Munya
guys.
Bros,
We
dude.
cannot
Yeah.
forget those guys at all. I think they're probably wondering, hey,
The
man.
Munya Bros. Yeah, when are you gonna mention me, bro?
No, it's not like that. Man, I just want to make sure we didn't miss anybody. I think
Yeah.
we
I feel like we're doing our Oscar
yeah,
roundup.
yeah. That's great, man. Dude, I mean, you know what? There's 35. I think we mentioned almost 35 people.
I mean, but we've had more than 35 people. We have 35 episodes, and then multiple episodes where there's more than one person on it.
Kiko Man,
And
Shimizu,
Nate Dogg,
Moss.
yeah, Moss Diaz,
We've had
freaking
a little bit of J
Jagar
Parr.
Parr.
Yeah, his laughs in there. Yeah, a couple of laughs, and then the Rifle
Man, yeah.
Association, National.
Oh
Rifle
yeah,
Association.
Darren Alvarez. Yep.
Yup. Man, and oh, we had the FD guys.
Eddie Pelkey.
Yup.
Eddie Pelkey and Gerardo.
Yeah, Gerardo, dude, that guy's a solid guy. I just met him the past Christmas time. Shout out to Gerardo, man. Hey, you're a really cool fellow friar, brother. Thank you very much for all that stuff. Hey, let's not forget Sean Pangilinan.
Sean Pangilinan
Sean
over there
Pangilinan was on,
over there in San Diego doing big things on his own over there.
Mr. Fitness. Yep. Man, we got a whole lot in store for you guys for this next year. We're gonna be launching some things. You're gonna see an evolution of Master Random this year. I promise you, you're gonna be hearing a lot more from us. I'm set to graduate in a month, and it's been taking like 5 years, but I will free up, and there's gonna be a lot of things going on. And we added Matt Scro to our team, and he's really, let's talk about Matt real quick. He's bringing on a huge this fresh, I don't know what they call it now, swag or whatever, but he's bringing this fresh ideas and fresh awesome things to us that is really allowing us to collaborate in a different way and thinking of different ways we're gonna really launch this Master Random platform. So Master Random's it's a podcast. It started out as a podcast, but we really intended for Master Random is to
grow,
to grow,
yeah.
Yep.
To grow off of everything. You know?
To grow off the
podcast. Yep. And so who knows? We believe the sky's the limit, and that's where we're aiming. We're aiming high.
Right on. So to end, we're gonna about end the show, right, Boo? We got promised them 3 minutes. Keep it under an hour, or keep it to an hour. So you guys, if you guys are just tuning in, kind of towards the tail end, and you wanted to watch the beginning, not to worry, just head on over to our YouTube page. I'm just gonna do a shameless plug. Go right down below, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and what else is there? Twitter. And then, follow us up there to get the latest updates. Go to masterrandom.com to subscribe to our newsletter. I should have put a link down there, but it's really simple.
Definitely to subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get up to date, early up to date shows on who's coming up next on the show. On the show, we didn't really keep up with it last year, but we intend on keeping up with it this time and making sure you guys are up to date with what we're doing, because I believe we're making big bounds. We got huge shows, man. Actually, tomorrow I have an episode with
don't tell them. Oh, there it is. Tell them back. All right.
Yeah. Well, and if he hasn't been on the show in months, and so we're gonna have a lot to talk about. And he just came out with this new DVD and everything like that. But let's give everybody tell everybody who's on Master Random Live next week.
Yeah. Okay. So should we tell? Should we just go ahead and let it out? Yeah. Right. That's what we're supposed to do. Right?
No, that's the whole
All
point.
right. Should we? How should we do this, Boo? Should we hit up his Instagram? Should we? Should we just let them know?
Just let them know.
All right.
Just
So
let the
hey,
people know.
tomorrow next week, tentative 11 a.m. We're gonna make sure that it rides with this person's schedule. So Master Random Live, the podcast, to catch it live, and we're gonna be posting on all the social media. It's gonna be somewhat flexible, but it's gonna be we want you guys on Guam to catch the show live and try not to make it as early as possible. I mean, try not to make it too early for you guys. So depending on our guests, we're gonna try and work with their schedule and find a great time.
Depending on their geographic location.
Yeah. So the times. But don't worry, you can catch us after the show on YouTube, and I'll explain some more after that. But getting to who's on the podcast, so we have here. Wait for it. Zach Banner. That's right. Zach Banner is going to be on our podcast next week. If you guys don't know who Zach Banner is,
Live. Live.
He's going to be live. So all you football fanatics, I know you're out there. You can get to talk to this guy and pick his brain out, ask him some things, whatever you want to ask him. But to give you a little background on Zach, Zach's a tackle for USC.
Offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle. Sorry, I'm not too big of a football
Not an
fan.
offensive tackle. Offensive lineman. Come on,
Offensive
man.
lineman.
How are we gonna interview this guy? I don't even know his position, bro.
He's a tackle. I'm pretty sure he's a tackle, man. Well, he blocks runners and blocks for the quarterback. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely a potential NFL prospect. He's done very good this past season. He decided to stay for his senior year at USC, and we're gonna have the opportunity to talk to him. And he has Guam roots, and
I was just about to say
he sports Guam loud and proud.
Oh, he reps it hard.
Yeah.
Boy. Offensive tackle.
So-
that's what he is.
So it's gonna be good, and I hope you guys join us, and it's gonna be fun.
Little known fact about Zach, he's born in Puyallup, Washington, and I know I'm saying that correct, Puyallup, because that's where got some relatives out there, and he reps Tacoma. You'll see on his Instagram. Give him a follow. His Instagram username is Zach Banner 73. So that's his number. It's ZACHBANNR, Zach Banner 73. Give that guy a follow and a shout out. I mean, watching some of his videos, dude, he seems like a super humble boy out there, and we can't wait to get you on the podcast, Zach. Man, you're doing big things out there. You're gonna give all the people from Guam, all the players from Guam, a lot of inspiration to follow their dreams and to keep playing, man. Yeah, thanks for signing on with us. Boo, you have anything else that you wanna?
I am good. Thank you.
Oh.
This is our first live show. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tripping out. This is our first big down, and I'm excited.
Yeah, so one last thing, technical thing, I guess, for you guys. If you're listening or you want to watch the podcast or you want to catch it at a later time, we are going to release it onto the iTunes platform or the regular platform in 1 week. But otherwise, you can head over to our YouTube page and just search YouTube on YouTube Master Random and search by channels. You'll find us. We'll also leave links on the webpage, and also. You'll be able to watch the show all over again whenever you want this whole week, and after this whole week. It's always going to be on the YouTube, but give it some time after we get off. It's going to load up on YouTube, and then you guys can catch it there. I'm good over here in Hawaii. Boo, you want to say your shout outs? Thank you very much everyone.
Thank you for making this happen. That's it. It's happened. That's all I got.
Huge shout out. Oh yeah, so I'm podcasting over in huge shout out to the Elaus, John and Keanu, for allowing us to come over and let me borrow their internet. My internet went down, so thank you guys so much for housing us.
You gotta pay your bill, man.
Yeah, no, it's out. The whole Waikiki's out, and thanks to my girlfriend Jerry for helping me carry all this equipment. Dude, thank you guys so much. Yeah, so thank you. Shout out to you guys. Thanks so much.
Oh, baby. Yeah. It's great. I love it. I can't wait. We do that. Actually, March is booked. It's booked. We got episodes coming for you guys all month. Catch us live every Sunday, and it's awesome. I'm excited. Totally excited. I feel weird on this camera. I've never been on camera before. I don't know I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right, you can just make signals. All right, we'll see you guys in exactly 168 hours. That's a week. All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace out, Master
Chick
Random.
baby. Oh,
Live.
goodbye.
Peace.